This morning's word is for the single woman who is still waiting, the one who has answered no, not yet to that question so many times it has started to feel like a verdict on her worth, the one who is happy for everybody else's news and still goes home to a quiet she didn't choose. If that's you this morning, daughter, there is a letter in here with your name on it. Stay with me. Don't scroll past your own name. I'm not going to tell you it's not as bad as it feels. The waiting is real, and some mornings it is heavy. I know. You've watched seasons come and go. You've been a bridesmaid and an auntie and the one everybody calls strong, and underneath all of it there's a tender question you don't say out loud. Did God forget me? Let me sit in that with you a minute before I rush you anywhere, because that question deserves honesty, not a slogan. And hear me gently, daughter. If this waiting has settled into something heavier than a lonely mourning, if it's grief you can't shake or a sadness that follows you all day, a word like this is encouragement, but it is not a substitute for a counselor, a doctor, or your pastor. Please let somebody help you carry it. That's not a lack of faith, sis. That's wisdom. Now, hear this. Heavy is not the end of your story. It is the middle. And the middle is exactly where God does his quietest work. If the woman God is already making you could sit down across from you this morning, both your hands around the same warm cup, here is what she would want you to hear. She made it, not because the wait ended the way she scripted it, but because she found out she was never actually alone in the waiting room. The first thing she'd tell you is this: I spent so long treating my singleness like a verdict, like proof something was wrong with me, that I almost missed what God was doing right in front of me. He wasn't withholding. He was building. He was making me whole on purpose in a season I kept begging to get out of. She'd tell you she stopped measuring her worth by whether somebody chose her, because the king already had. And hear me, daughter, because this is where I will not lie to you. I am not promising you a husband by spring. I am not promising you a ring or a date on a calendar. That is not the payload of this letter. And any voice that hands you a forecast and calls it faith is selling you something. What I am telling you is what's already true this morning. You are seen, you are held, you are not forgotten. The God who counts the stars knows your name and your number and your nights. So you are not behind, daughter. You are becoming. And the woman God is making you, she isn't finished either. He is still gentle morning by gentle morning making her. And there's one verse she keeps coming back to on the mornings the waiting gets loud. Here is the verse she keeps. It's in the Psalm 27, verse 14. And listen to who's saying it. King David, a man who knew what it was to wait on God when nothing had arrived yet. He writes, wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. Now sit at this table with me a minute, because this is your auntie talking now, not the verse. Look at what David does not say. He does not say wait for the thing. He does not say wait for the man, wait for the job, wait for the answer. Twice he says wait for the Lord. The waiting isn't aimed at a delivery date, daughter. It's aimed at a person. And look at the middle of it. Be strong and let your heart take courage. He's not scolding you for being tired. In the whole psalm, David is surrounded by trouble, and he's preaching courage to his own heart, talking to himself the way I'm talking to you this morning. Waiting on God is not the same as sitting in an empty room hoping. It is leaning the full weight of your heart on the one who has not once let you fall. That is not me promising the season ends by sundown. I won't tell you that. I'm telling you what's true while you wait. The Lord you're waiting on is already with you in the waiting. You are not on hold. You are being held. Put your hand on your heart for me, right over the place that's been asking a quiet question, and say your name with me out loud if you can, in your spirit if you can. Say, you are not forgotten. Say it one more time, slower, like you're starting to believe it. I am seen, and I am held, and I am not behind. The woman God is making you already lives there, daughter. You're just catching up to her this morning, and that is allowed. You don't have to feel it all the way yet. You just have to wait on him and let him hold you while you do. So here's your word, sealed. You came in this morning carrying a quiet question. Did God forget me? Hear the truth sealed over it. David said it twice so you'd hear it twice. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Carry these 3 things into your day, daughter of the King. Your singleness is not a verdict on your worth. Waiting on God is being held, not being on hold, and you are seen. The King already chose you, and he has not looked away. You are his, and that settles it. Sit with one question today, daughter. What is the one fear about your waiting that you could hand to God this morning instead of carrying it one more day by yourself? Tell me down in the comments. I read them like letters back. And tomorrow's word is for the woman who's been comparing her own quiet chapter to everybody else's highlight reel. Come back for it, the way you come back to prayer.